Hey everyone, welcome to CBS Bold and Beautiful. I'm Nancy, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Bold and Beautiful update, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. At a workstation, Deke, new badge, new swagger, picks up a jeweler's loupe like it's a scepter. Electra flips through sketches nearby, chewing on a pencil like it owes her money.
Deke.
That facet sulking. You see it? No fire. Just melancholy. Electra. You give gemstones therapy now? Because if so, I have a brooch with abandonment issues.
Deke.
I'm just saying, jewelry's louder than people think. It's a chorus, not a solo. Electra. And yet here at Forrester, the loudest thing is always the silence when we say we're working. They share a complicit grin.
Deke. So. Luna.
Electra's pencil snaps. Electra. Which part? The part where she walked into your apartment like it had her name on the deed, or the part where she's now in prison finishing a scrapbook of bad decisions?
Deke.
She had that I know exactly where your spare key is energy. Didn't like it then. Don't like it now. Electra. I said something about her to you earlier. It's not nothing. Will's acting like he can separate caring for Luna from caring for the baby. Spoiler, you can't separate spaghetti once the sauce is on.
Deke.
You're worried about him. Electra. I'm worried about what Luna's worry will do to him. A door opens. Will steps in, still wearing the stale air of a prison visit. He's paler, hungrier for oxygen, trying to look fine and failing.
Will. Hey.
Electra.
Hey.
She clocks his eyes, the storm inside them.
Deke.
First day, first crisis. Welcome to Forrester, where we debrief before we brief.
Will.
It's not a crisis. It's the situation. Electra. How was?
Will.
Awful. She's still insisting she's pregnant. And she keeps rubbing her stomach like she's trying to create a well-worn hiking trail.
Deke.
Nothing says subtle, like erosion. Electra shoots Deke a glare. He shuts up. Electra.
And you? Will.
I told her I'm not going to be manipulated. My face said otherwise.
Beat.
Electra squeezes his arm. Electra. There's a baby in the sentence, Will. People change grammar for that.
Will.
She says the girls hate her in there. Which, who could imagine?
Deke.
Look, prison politics are real. So are prison stories people tell when they want something.
Will.
She begged me. For our child's sake. It's like she wrote the phrase on a flashcard and keeps flipping it at me. And maybe I'm afraid not to believe her. Electra. Then don't decide today. Decide carefully. With more facts, fewer flashcards.
Deke.
Taylor's in her office. She has chairs.
And tea.
And the kind of voice that convinces anthills they're mountains worth climbing slow.
Will.
This is my mess. I'll handle it. Electra. And we'll stand nearby with metaphorical mops. They exchange a look that's heavier than platonic. Deke notices, eyes narrowing thoughtfully.
Deke.
We ever put boundaries on the accessories line? Feels like a bestseller. Off Will's weary half-smile. It's fluorescent. Eternal. Luna sits across from an empty chair, hands folded over her stomach like a prop she can't stop adjusting. She watches the door, rehearsing tears. A guard eyes her, bored but observant. Luna. For our little baby. For our little baby. She rubs her tummy again, then realizes the guard is watching. She smiles sugary. Luna. New moisturizer. The guard rolls their eyes. The door opens. No Will. Just the echo of his absence. Luna. He's being swayed. He better be being swayed. She stares at the table surface like it personally offended her. Soft light. Perfect plants. Taylor has that I see your soul glow. Deacon sits opposite, trying to look casual and landing somewhere near Tornado on vacation.
Taylor.
Can you ever trust Sheila again, Deacon?
Beat.
Deacon's silence answers for him. Taylor doesn't need the silence. Taylor. You two share a trauma bond. It's sticky. Familiar. And it leans toward codependency now. Deacon. You make it sound like we're duct taped together. Taylor. Sometimes duct tape looks like devotion. Let's list recent events. She harmed an accomplice with bees. She severed a toe to fake her death by bear. These aren't footnotes, Deacon. They're chapters. Deacon. Look, she's complicated. Taylor. People are complicated. Action is clear. If love is a house, safety is the foundation. Without it, everything is wobble.
Deacon.
You think I should leave her? Taylor. I think your heart hasn't failed you yet. Listen to it. What does it say when it's not trying to rescue someone from themselves? He doesn't answer. His eyes dart to the door. A shadow passes under it. Taylor pretends not to notice. Deacon swallows.
Deacon.
Sheila, she hears everything. Even when she's not in the room. Taylor. Then let her hear this. I want you alive.
Whole.
Not swallowed by someone else's chaos.
Beat.
Deacon nods. 1/5 convinced and 4/5 afraid. Sheila stands against a wall, one ear angled toward nothing and hearing everything. Her grin is broken glass. Sheila. Trauma bond.
Codependency.
They don't know what we are, Deacon. They never do. She adjusts her jacket, that swaggering menace, the predator who taught storms how to walk. Sheila. No one counsels me out of my life. She glides away. Deke polishes a clasp like it's going to be photographed. Electra types, then doesn't. Well, sits, not sitting inside his own skin. Deke. You know jewelry started as armor, right? The coins hammered into plates. Protection disguised as decoration. Maybe that's why we like it, safety that sparkles.
Will.
You learned that on your first day?
Deke.
I learned that on my first life. You going back?
Will. To Luna? No. To work?
This thing we call work.
Yes.
Electra. Okay, agenda. We have a trunk show proposal at 3, a fabric strike at 4, meaning the fabric is strikingly late, and before all of that, we have to pretend the neckline on look 7 wasn't inspired by a croissant.
Deke.
I like the buttery drape. Electra looks at Will. Electra. Tell me something I can hold on to. Anything concrete.
Will.
She said the girls hate her. She's praying nothing else happens. That was the word. Happen. Like events are rude little accidents. And then she looked at me.
Deke.
The look? Will. That if I cry, it's your fault for watching look. Electra.
You see? That.
That sentence. You know the difference between empathy and guilt. Hold the first. Put down the second.
Will.
If she is pregnant, Electra. We'll get proof. We'll get a test. We will not build a crib out of rumors.
Deke.
And if she's lying, we'll get the truth. That's the thing about truth. It's a persistent leak. It finds a way out. Will isn't convinced. Not really.
Will.
There was a moment, though, when I thought, what if I walk away, and I'm walking away from a kid? What if my kid grows up, knowing I chose doubt over them? Electra steps in close, voice steady. Electra. Then you choose process over panic. We make a plan. Also, please don't make life decisions because Luna rubbed her stomach. She'll rub that baby into a fossil at this rate. Will snorts grateful.
Will.
I needed that.
Deke.
Everyone needs a little erosion humor. They share a moment. Deke's phone buzzes.
Deke. Taylor wants to see me.
Apparently, I need counsel about counseling others. Electra.
Go.
Tell her I said hi, and that her plants are better listeners than most men. Deke grabs his jacket, gives Will a 2-finger salute, exits. Electra and Will stand in the silence he leaves behind. Electra. You know I'm here, right?
Will.
I do. Sometimes I wish I didn't because it makes it harder not to fall. Electra inhales, the air charged. Then she steps back, puts on her work mask. Electra. Okay.
Croissant neckline.
Let's butter it up. They pivot to a mannequin like it's safer than the truth. Deke sits now where Deacon sat. Taylor pours tea with surgical precision. Taylor. I hear you've been discussing Luna. And jewelry. In that order or the other?
Deke.
I discuss jewelry like most people discuss weather, obsessively. But, yeah, Luna. Will's haunted. Electra's brave. And I'm new enough to think I can fix anything with pliers. Taylor, what do you want?
Deke. To do this job well.
To not be another adult in Will's life who says, I'll help, and then misplaces the map. Taylor, you can't be his answer. You can help him hear his own.
Deke.
Is that what you told Deacon? Hear his own heart? Taylor.
Yes. Deke.
And Sheila? What do you tell a woman who's convinced the world is a maze she designed? Taylor. That exits exist. Whether or not she takes one isn't up to me.
Deke.
You make sanity sound possible. I appreciate the illusion. Taylor. It's not an illusion. It's a practice. Deke nods, files that away like a tool he intends to use. Luna is escorted back to her cell. She calculates each step, each possible narrative. Luna. Question. Hypothetically, if someone were pregnant, wouldn't stress be dangerous?
Guard.
Hypothetically, if someone were honest, things would be easier all around. Luna. You think I'm lying?
Guard.
I think you're talking. They reach the cell. The door clangs. Luna exhales, alone with herself. Luna. He loves the idea of a baby. I can work with an idea. She goes to the mirror, adjusts her hair, then stares at her abdomen with something like challenge. Luna.
Grow. Story. Grow.
Deacon exits, running a hand down his face. He almost bumps into Sheila.
Deacon.
You were listening.
Sheila.
Only to what matters. You and me.
Deacon.
Taylor says we're a trauma bond. Sheila. Taylor labels what she can't touch. We are a wildfire, Deacon. Wildfires don't ask for permission to burn. They become.
Deacon.
You set things on fire and then ask why everyone's sweating. Sheila. I do what I must to survive.
So do you.
It's why we fit. He doesn't move. She steps closer. A dangerous lullaby.
Sheila.
I heard you question trust. You can trust me to be me. Can you trust anyone else for that?
Beat.
He wants to argue. He can't. She smiles, victorious but gentle. Sheila.
Come home.
Let the world call us names. Let them choke on it.
Deacon.
I need time.
Sheila.
Take 5 minutes. That's my final offer. She leaves it hanging between them and glides away, the queen of confident catastrophes. A chaos of mood boards and coffee cups. Electra presents a collection concept to a small team. Will stands at the back, half present. Electra. This season we're telling the truth. Not the pretty truth, the useful truth. Clothing as confession. Team member number 1. So, more pockets? Electra.
Yes.
And silhouettes that admit things, that bodies shift, that power moves, that love is sometimes a trap with silk lining. Will looks at her, struck. The words are not just about clothing. Team member number 2. And color? Electra. We start muted, like restraint, then bleed into brightness once you've earned it. Polite, confused nods. The team disperses. Will approaches. Will. Clothing as confession? Electra. We hide in fabric. I'm bored of hiding. He takes that in. Then.
Will.
What if Luna is pregnant? Electra. Then there's a life bigger than our drama. And we act accordingly.
Will. We?
Electra.
We.
I'm not leaving you to play single player in a 2-person game. He smiles, a small, tired miracle.
Will.
You realize we're speaking in metaphors, so we don't say the thing. Electra. Which is?
Will.
That I keep thinking about you when I should be thinking about everything else. Electra doesn't move. Her eyes give away the answer she won't say. Electra. Let's go get facts. Hospital.
Today.
Will. Can we? Electra. We can ask. We can insist. We can do something besides worry.
Will.
Deke? Electra. He'll hold down the fort with a loop and opinions. They grab their things, a decision in motion. A busy hum of medicine and mercy. Electra, and will approach a nurse. Electra. Hi, we're here about a patient, Luna, last name.
Will.
You'll have it on file. I'm her. I'm involved.
Nurse.
We can't share patient details without consent. Electra. We understand. We're just trying to arrange a pregnancy test. To confirm or not. She's in county.
Nurse.
Then you'll need to go through corrections. We can't order without a physician request from the facility. Will deflates.
Nurse.
But if the facility's medical team orders it, the test will be run here. You can ask to be notified of logistical steps, not results, depending on her consent. Electra. We'll take logistical. We'll take anything.
Will.
What if she refuses the test?
Nurse.
Then you'll still have an answer. It just won't be the one you can print out. Electra, and we'll exchange a look. A plan, fragile and real. Electra.
Thank you.
They turn to go, and freeze. Down the hall, Sheila glides past, an omen in heels. She spots Will and Electra, smiles like danger that learned to curtsy. Sheila. Well, well. Lovebirds at a hospital. Statistically significant.
Will.
We're not. Electra. Together. We're here about Luna. Sheila.
Ah.
The siren with the stomach-rubbing hobby. Pregnancy is such a conversation starter, isn't it?
Will.
You know Luna?
Sheila.
I know types. She's the kind that believes a story is a baby if enough people feed it. Careful what you feed. Electra steps forward, protective. Electra. We're fine. Sheila. Are you? Because this looks like a triangle, and triangle stab. Sheila waves, a queen dismissing a court, and continues down the hall. Electra. I hate that she's not wrong.
Will.
We're a line segment. 2 points. That's it. They don't sound convinced. They keep walking anyway. Taylor is alone, writing notes. Deacon enters again, restless. Deacon. I almost went home with her. Taylor. But you didn't. Deacon. I didn't.
Tell me I did the right thing.
Taylor. You did a right thing. The next right thing is not letting loneliness argue louder than logic.
Deacon.
I'm good at lonely, Doc. I'm just tired of being good at it. Taylor. Then learn whole. It's harder. Worth it. She slides a notepad toward him.
Taylor.
Write down 3 things you'll do tonight that are not call Sheila.
Deacon.
3? That's ambitious.
Taylor.
I'm a therapist.
We're professionally ambitious about lists.
He smirks despite himself and starts writing. Dim. Luna sits on her bunk, holding a disposable pen like a wand.
Luna. He'll call.
He always does. And if he doesn't, I'll give him a reason. Her cellmate rolls over unimpressed. Cellmate. Your reason better, not snore. Luna. It will cry, actually. The cellmate stares, then turns back around, done with the conversation. Luna. I need a test. I need the idea of a test. She smiles, a scientist of schemes. Most lights are off. Deke is still there, polishing, rearranging, making the space hum with quiet competence. His phone buzzes, a text. How's your first day? Remy. Deke types. Loud. And weirdly beautiful. He pockets the phone, then notices something. A delicate necklace sketch tucked under a stack. It's stunning. He holds it to the light.
Deke.
Now you sing. He pins it to a board labeled Trunk Show, tomorrow.
Beat.
He turns off the lamp. Cut to XT. Hospital parking lot, night. Will and Electra stand by her car under a sodium vapor glow. The world is both too big and incredibly local. Deacon. And became what? Taylor. A message for me. He exhales, relief threaded through surprise. Deacon. Okay. So what's the message? Taylor. That I can want something new and not be a villain for it. He studies her, then nods once, no swagger, no joke. Deacon. You're allowed to want. Full stop. She takes his hand. A simple, not staged act. Then, the door clicks. Ridge stands there. For a long beat, nobody moves.
Ridge.
I was going to say the right words. I had them. But I'm not going to compete with a moment that looks like truth. Taylor's grip tightens, not to provoke, but to anchor. Taylor. Then don't.
Ridge.
Take care of her.
Deacon.
I plan to. Ridge nods once, direct and devastating, then leaves. The echo of the door lingers.
Deacon.
That could have gone nuclear. Taylor. Or finally honest. They stand in the suddenly sacred quiet. Ridge sits alone, jacket off, tie loosened. Brooding, but not in self-pity, more like inventory. Brooke enters, a glass of water in hand. She sits beside him, without asking. Brooke.
How was your speech? Ridge.
Unsaid. Maybe that's the first honest thing I've done in a while. Brooke. The world didn't end.
Ridge. No.
It turned.
Brooke.
Which means it's still turning. So are we. He leans back, lets truth settle.
Ridge.
I wanted to be the man who didn't make anyone hurt. But maybe the real choice is to stop pretending I can control who heals and who doesn't.
Brooke. We can only control ourselves. Ridge.
Then maybe it's time I ask myself what I want that isn't about rescuing or repairing.
Brooke. And? Ridge. I don't know yet.
But for once, I'm okay not knowing. Brooke squeezes his hand, a gesture of complicated care that history can't erase. EXT, Il Giardino, terrace, night. The restaurant sleeps. Deacon locks up. Taylor waits under the string lights, coat draped over her shoulders. The city hums beyond them. Deacon. You didn't have to wait. Taylor. I wanted to. He joins her at the railing. Deacon. So what now? If this started as a message. Taylor. It started as fear. It became a choice.
Deacon.
And I'm not a placeholder? Taylor. You're a page one. He swallows, eyes bright with something new. Deacon. Okay then. Page one. He offers his arm. She takes it. They walk toward the quiet street like two people who have finally stepped out of old scripts. A car engine purrs nearby. A camera lens glints from the shadows. Paparazzi or a gossip blogger. The lens dips, then vanishes into the night, as if choosing not to steal this moment. Early light again. Hope and Steffi cross paths, each carrying ribbon garment bags. The air between them is oddly lighter. Hope. Your mother looked free last night. Steffi. Mine did too. They share a look, an unspoken truce forged by tired hearts and growing women. Hope. Think the internet will survive?
Steffi. Barely.
They laugh, a real laugh, then return to work. Taylor stands at her kitchen island, pouring coffee. Her phone buzzes, from Ridge. She reads the message. I'm rooting for your happiness.
Truly. R.
She exhales, moved. She types back. Thank you. She doesn't add more. She doesn't need to. A second buzz from Deacon. With a photo, 2 espresso cups, side by side, captioned. Page one? Taylor smiles and replies with a sunrise emoji and page one. She steps onto her patio. The morning is bright, unburdened. EXT, Los Angeles overlook, day. Montage. Ridge sketching with focused calm. Brooke approving fabric swatches with poise. Steffi directing a shoot. Hope laughing with her team. Deacon opening the restaurant with a new ease. Taylor walking along a cliff path, wind in her hair, no longer waiting for someone else's signal to move. The dinner rush swells. Deacon reads a text, then looks up as Taylor enters. They exchange that smile, the kind that knows it is being watched and doesn't care.
Deacon.
Table for 2? Taylor. Always. They sit. The room buzzes, but at their table, the sound is velvet. No choreography. No message to the world. Just 2 people writing something new. Taylor. So, Mr. Sharpe, what's on the menu? Deacon. Something honest. Something brave. And, for dessert, Taylor. Surprise me. Their hands meet across the table, steady, unhurried, real.